In a serene village nestled amidst rolling hills, there lived a man named Samuel. Samuel was known for his quick temper and fiery outbursts, which had strained his relationships and hindered his personal growth. He desperately wanted to control his anger, but it seemed impossible. One day, as he walked through the village, he overheard a conversation about a wise sage living in the nearby mountains. This sage was renowned for helping people overcome their inner demons, including anger. Filled with hope, Samuel decided to seek the sage's guidance. The journey to the sage's abode was arduous, taking Samuel through dense forests and across raging rivers. After days of travel, he finally reached the sage's humble dwelling. The sage welcomed him with a warm smile and sensed the turmoil within Samuel. "I've heard you can help people control their anger," Samuel began, his voice quivering. The sage nodded and said, "Indeed, I can help you, but it will require dedication and commitment. Are you willing to do whatever it takes?" Samuel, realizing the urgency of his problem, agreed without hesitation. The sage then handed him a small, fragile cup made of glass and said, "This cup represents your anger. Your task is to protect it and ensure it never breaks." Samuel, perplexed but eager to learn, accepted the glass cup and held it carefully. For weeks, he carried the fragile cup with him, learning to be mindful of his temper. Whenever he felt anger brewing, he would clasp the cup tightly, reminding himself not to let it shatter. In the beginning, it was incredibly challenging. Samuel's anger was like a tempest, and the cup often trembled in his grip. He had numerous close calls, but he always managed to keep the cup intact. Over time, he became more attuned to his emotions. He started practicing deep breathing, meditation, and self-reflection. The fragile cup became a symbol of his journey towards self-mastery. Months turned into years, and Samuel continued to walk the path of self-improvement. With each passing day, he found it easier to control his anger. The cup, once so fragile, had grown stronger. Samuel's temper was no longer a raging fire. It had transformed into a gentle flame. One day, Samuel realized that the glass cup was no longer necessary. He had learned to control his anger, and it no longer threatened to shatter. He returned to the sage's abode, and with a sense of deep gratitude, he handed the sage the now sturdy cup. The sage, with a knowing smile, said, "You have learned to control your anger, my friend. But remember, the cup was just a tool. The real power was always within you." Samuel left the sage's dwelling with a heart full of gratitude and newfound wisdom. He had conquered his anger not by suppressing it, but by understanding it and channeling it into more constructive emotions. Back in the village, Samuel's transformation was evident to all. He had become a pillar of patience and wisdom, always willing to lend an empathetic ear and offer guidance to those in need. People would often seek him out for advice on how to control their own anger. The story of Samuel's journey to anger management spread far and wide. Many villagers embarked on their own journeys to seek the sage's guidance, hoping to mend their turbulent inner worlds. The tale of Samuel serves as a reminder that anger, like a fragile glass cup, can be controlled and transformed into a powerful force. It's not about suppressing anger, but about understanding and managing it with patience and mindfulness. With dedication and a willingness to change, we can break free from the chains of anger and emerge as better, wiser individuals, ready to inspire and help others in their own journeys to self-improvement.